got on because I was doing what I was supposed to do. The way she ate me up and they kids, I don't think she want no kids. Nigga.
I'm gonna get that soul snatcher. I'm the one getting kissed. That's what you want. Hey, master.
I know how you goddamn haters. Look, there's no position hating that, goddamn. Don't start hating that. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all already know what time it is, man. We finna lock in. Hit me with a yo when you get in. Yeah, hit me when you get in. What up?
Go babies, go babies, go babies, go babies. That's my free.
Jay Fisher, you crazy.
You might think you know me. I wouldn't let you step in my shoes and she get on me.
Yo.
For me, oh, but this shit ain't nothing new. These niggas for me, oh. Sweet like I can call me. I know he ain't back there. He gon' step cause that's my body, oh. We fuck up a check, let's make a bet. You gotta show me, oh. Now you know I never left my fucking worry, oh. Like how did my lifestyle get so lavish? Now we make a marriage. Pop out with a bad bitch, pipe down. You ain't made it off that rapping. Got your people laughing. Know your ass be capping. What's happening? Baby, I be swagging like no average. I'm trapping. Baby, I was packing with the package. I'm taxing. Any goofy nigga that be gassing. I'm stacking. And you would never tell cause I ain't flashing. You might think you know me. I wouldn't let you step in my shoes and shit get on me, oh. Swear I was that dude, I had no clue this shit was for me, oh. But this shit ain't nothing new. These niggas for me, oh. Sweet like I can call me. I know he on that day, he gon' step cause that's my body, oh. We fuck up a check, let's make a bet, you gotta show me, oh. Now you know I never left my fucking worry, oh.
All my haters hating cause they under me. If this bitch keep popping, more than likely it's because of me. They ducking ya. He say that's his bitch, but she be fucking me. Got the rest and moved out to LA, I did it suddenly. I had to move out, I'm in the groove now. Man, my bitch woke up in the morning, but we cool now. She know I'm that nigga now, so now she only on me. Niggas is fake, so I know you not my homie.
You might think you know me. I wouldn't let you step in my shoes and shit get on me, oh. Swear I was that dude, I had no clue this shit was for me, oh. But this shit ain't nothing new, these niggas for me, oh. Sweet like I can call me. I know he on that day, he gon' step cause that's my body, oh. We fuck up a check, let's make a bet, you gotta show me, oh. Now you know I never left my fucking worry, oh.
Jay Fisher, you crazy.
Well, no, there's no time, boy.
I'm smoking some action up.
Yeah. I'ma put up some men I just like cash, y'all. Let me take you Balenciaga mask off the ass, y'all. Who ass, y'all? See, you told me to stun my ass off. That's all. He was a good cat, my bad, dog. Don't put no K after that B, boy. Bad call. That's flag talk. Fuck around and knock your flag off. I had to. I wore a gap before a tattoo. I had to. As a matter of fact, I had to. No cap, I'm on the capsules. I done relapse, boo. But I've been on my feet since Cinderella lost the glass shoe.
The cash blue, but I'm still seeing green. I'm in the bathroom and I'm being lean. My bitch is vacuum, my toilet keep me clean, clean, serene. I'm a don't get bikini fiend. I just need a queen that ain't scared to fuck a Stephen King. I used to live next door to Drake and Mama D and Lisa D on either street. I go from bars on the screen, go to the TV screen, don't ask me. But never change the channel, Gucci flannel, Gucci socks, Gucci sandals, Gucci teddy bears and candles. Not fake propaganda, about to blow out the candle. My little hoe, out Atlanta, got a hoe, out Atlanta with a hoe, out Atlanta, she a hoe, out Atlanta, we get it. It's the same in each city. My bitch ain't better than P. Diddy's. And ever since the pandemic, they don't want to drink out of Canada. I've been screaming free Drizzy. I know they trust my vision, but don't want me to see prison. Said I can't make no promises, either leave or come visit.
Yo, we finna get started. Y'all join the Shutter Live. Drop me a yo when you get in the building.
I put you 6 feet deep. I'm being socially distant. Need a boss on that hip. The 44 no bitches, extra shots, extra clips. Ain't talking videos, no face. So just come and see about it, bitch. So.
And yo, I am the star in any room that I stand in. I am the standout, you just my stand-in. These bitches copy my homework, that's what they hand in. That's why I'm private like the airports I land in. Life is a beach house, don't let the sand in. I ball in any arena, go let the fans in. I should go cop a New Jersey, that's where the Camden. These bitches conflict copying, better stick to dancing. I de-entry the wallet, my money falling prolix. Big ass backyards, just go pop a big frolic. One margarita pizza with Parmesan and garlic. These bitches thirsty, I can see why they alcoholics. Ain't gotta ever talk about it when you are about it. Just bought a new car, not to drive it, but to walk around it. Just call me Mickey, copy Blicky, the Minaj is solid. Brand new vanilla Maserati, I've been high-and-dizing. He caught me solid, even though I'm dripping water diet. Big booty sticking out my Daisy Dukes, of course, a riot. These bitches still my sons, who could ever deny it? My pack hit different, who could ever supply it? No one bitch could be my eye, that shit offends me. It's corporate giants and machines that went against me. I watched bitches, man, they couldn't even rinse me. She said she hot, I said, well, bitch, come and convince me. Ain't no seeing green, but I'm seeing green. Even with the floor seats, they couldn't see the team. The K-I-N-G, the goat, plus me, the queen. I send shots, send them back, or flee the scene.
Yeah.
You know, one of the perils of making money is you can afford to be dramatic. Y'all some drama queens for real. It's all good though. You now tune into the biggest ever. YMCMB, Tunchi Lee, Young Angel, Young Lion, man. Y'all boys get on the track with Onika Mirage and y'all still dying, man. What's up? We in this bitch. This ain't gonna be the first time that I do numbers on 2 crutches. See more plaques than 2 brushes. Until I'm at the pearly white gates, I gotta move something, do something. All meetings happen in person, so they can't prove nothing. Know the 8 years and still fucking like a new husband. Trying to run a country like Putin one day, but who's rushing? Who's bluffing? For real. Who you hugging? Who you wanna be loving? I play 48 minutes on a torn meniscus. Who's subbing? El Chico Luxury. Wanna see my niggas ball so bad I started up a league. Fuck with me. You niggas can't trouble me from the double tree. Step your sweets up. I get Oliver and set the beats up. 2021, I had to wet the streets up. Your girl was better in the morning like a slice of pizza. That's when I had to hit her with the nice to meet you. You niggas think you doing damage, you just hyping me up. Face who? I can see all of y'all, and run straight through. Trust is all fun and games until I
Carter, what's going on? Big Germ, what's going on? Big Germ, we about to get started in a second. You get what I'm saying? We just, giving people a chance to jump in, play a little music, do our little vibes.
None of this shit's a mirage. Thought I was seeing things when I was seeing green. 6 G-O-D, CMB.
Yeah, we just playing a little music real quick, while we wait for our peoples to, tap in with us real quick. While I do that, I'm going to drop a new artist on y'all real quick. That's my boy. That's that One Stick. You hear me? Big Navis. You hear me? Y'all already know. Germ, you know Navis. Yeah, we finna drop some Navis pack on them real quick. You feel me? My boy put that stew out there for us. So we finna drop him. Y'all make sure y'all go to YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all go to IG. Y'all hit that boy up one stick. You hear me? It's Navis. Let's go.
I just came to do my thing while you pussies wanna hate on me. I'm the coach and QB, next play on me. Since they're eager to jump, snap cadence on 3. Flow like a rock, Kim, sing like the boy Ali. We ought to sing the apple don't fall far from the tree. He gon' sing, see me in the streets, just let me be. Cause they'll leave your family with a hell of a feat. And shirts bound with heads taking a knee. My old boy gave me the lawyer, I ain't taking a plea. My niggas going out for Boston, I ain't talking to T. Or the Celtics. My niggas head first for the green. They can't help it. We turn Wu-Tang for the cream. No other method. You need the code of conduct. You lack ethics. I came to stack the wheat bread and cold lettuce. We do conceal weapons the moment we feel threatened. I know the clock's ticking, but nigga, the time's precious. Signal the green lights to my people. I'm John Legend. I have you laid up in the suit that's double-breasted. We save you from the past, the raw and the sick records. We see you on my schedule, so nigga, I've been better. You gotta take your charge, you want credit or debit. We know you bring the baby, fuck nigga, you been neglected. It's under 12 months, retirement ain't vested. You lose the real niggas, your life ain't been tested. Master, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We done y'all, cause we know that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med bag. Shit, master, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we know that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med bag. Shit, master, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we know that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med bag. Jeez. Master, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we know that's where the
Y'all already know, man. This Coach Navis. That one stick, check him out.
Thought about inflation. 54% of y'all can actually relate it. Open your penal gland, trying to be awakened. We'd rather be late on payments and copping bottles of dation. Man, the shit is disgracing. That's why they go get replacements. Biting the nigga flavor and taking notes on my nature. You got you a new customer, you can get it catered. Why the fuck you bought a 30 when you could have got a laser? Cause you bitches can't shoot. Come and get these hoes a taste. I'm a professional, always intellectual. I hit a lick and felt the Lord lay down and said I'm blessing you. Never been selfish, shit a good work with the crew. If it ain't enough, break it down to a decimal. If that ain't enough, stretch it out with a chemical. I don't know nigga, cause you pussies ain't dependable. Master, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We done y'all, cause we know that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med bag. Shit, master.
Ooh, boy, that's that med pack. Y'all make sure y'all go stream that, man. Make sure y'all go support the boy One Stick. Navis, I see you, boy. You out here, cause that is, hey, listen, you did that. Quee, what's good? Yo, shout out to you, my man. Keith, what's going on, my boy? Clark Marvelous, you already know what time it is. I see the boss lady on the live, as always. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Man Talk Monday. It's mama. There goes that man. All of those good salutations, man. We gonna get into it. Y'all see is a fly in here trying to stop my vibe, but I ain't let it go. I ain't gonna let it happen tonight. But man, yeah, shout out to all of that, man. We on Man Talk Monday. So y'all already know how we gotta start the day off, man. Same way we start every Monday off. Gotta support the people that support us. Shout out to all the black business owners. Shout out to all the black entrepreneurs, all my ladies. I see y'all. I seen a couple of different people opening up health clinics and salons and stuff like that this weekend, man. So shout out to all of y'all. Shout out the biggest shout out to my sister, man, my triplet, who got her master's degree. She mastered it. So we had a big celebration. For her, Candace Walker, y'all make sure y'all go to her page. Tell her congratulations, man. She got a master's degree. So, shout out to my sister. That's my blood sister, my triplet sister. So all our sisters is doing big things out here, man. So shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all those entrepreneurs. And shout out to them women who going to work, dropping them 9s and them 5s and hitting them 10-hour days, because, we still need y'all too. It ain't to leave y'all out. Shout out to all of y'all, all my postal workers, correction officers, all my people that work in the healthcare field, all my social workers, all my teachers, all of these people that are vital to our community just as much as, you know, the upper echelons. We need those people too. So shout out to all them hard workers. Shout out to them entrepreneurs. If you're out here trying to grind, trying to make it, man, shout out to you. You may not have made it yet, and guess what? That's fine. Because as long as you keep trying, something got to break sometime. It just may not be when you want it, but hopefully it come right on. You hear me? So shout out to a couple of businesses. Y'all already know who we got to shout out. First and foremost, my main man, Puerto Rican E, aka Freaky E. Mistaken Identity, Mistaken Kicks, man. Y'all make sure y'all go cop some merch. Go to Mistaken Kicks on IG, Mistaken Kicks on Facebook, I think. You go to mistakenid.com. Y'all make sure y'all cop some merch, man. Y'all need them new shoes, need them new J's. Y'all looking for them drops. We ain't got nothing but authentic on this side, receipts and all. You hear me? So most definitely, y'all make sure y'all go holler at Mistaken Kicks. Shout out to my main man, Boss Carter, in the comments. Y'all make sure y'all go shout out Germ, man. Germ got that barbecue. You hear me? Germ out here doing everything. The boy throw yacht parties. I can't wait till this pandemic over, because I know he got an all white one for us ready cooking. I know he got the all white for us cooking real quick in that yacht. So shout out to you, Boss Carter. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at him. Anytime he cooking, my boy guaranteed to drop you a plate that, you feel me, gonna sit right on your stomach. You hear me? So y'all make sure y'all go holler at him. Cassandra's, y'all already know who Sandra is, man. Sandra'sAccessories.com. Cassandra is a 16-year-old girl, man, entrepreneur. She's selling accessories out here, just trying to make her little ends and get her dollars up. So y'all make sure y'all go support that. Sandra'sAccessories.com. Sandra's Accessories on IG. I just seen some people this past weekend that had a 80s party, man. Y'all don't go to Amazon and get them socks, man. Go to Sandra'sAccessories.com. Get you some 80s socks. You hear me? And if you're in Miami and you talking the right prices, you ordering stuff, you feel me? I'm pretty sure that we could drop some type of delivery for you. You hear me? But make sure y'all go to Sandra'sAccessories.com, man. Make sure y'all go to Sandra's Accessories on IG. Shout out to my boy Keith David, man. Keith, drop your music in the building real quick. Drop the people on your comments so they know who you is and how you rocking. Drop that for me real quick, my boy. Shout out to you. All the entrepreneurs, man. Shout out to Crystal, my sister. Mommy's at Makeup, Honda Toya. They do makeup looks and could do your wedding, could do your video shoot to all my rappers, aspiring rappers, and people who love taking pictures. You feel me? She could doll you up on the makeup vibes. So y'all make sure y'all holler at Crystal Walker. Mommy's in Makeup. And shout out to 7 to 7 Apparel. 7 to 7, they got them medical equipments for you. So everything from excuse me. Y'all know we get kind of tied up. Stethoscopes. So they got stethoscopes. They also got them scrubs, which is what I love, because they got the little stylish little scrubs, like 7 to 7 Apparel. Like they got the scrubs where you could leave your job. You hear me? You done left at 3 o'clock, got off. You hear me? You just want to go get 2-3 drinks before you go. You feel me? Go to the crib because you may need to get dolled up on that Friday night. But they got them scrubs for you. Them scrubs that fit every curve, because some of them scrubs don't be fitting y'all correctly, man. And we talking about nurses, doctors. We talking about environmental techs. We talking about chicks that work at daycares that love wearing scrubs. Y'all already know, man, them scrubs don't be really, hitting on nothing, man. Y'all make sure y'all go get y'all that fashionable medical wear, 7 to 7 Apparel. If you got a business, drop your business in the comments. I'll hit you with a quick shout out, on the vibe. Shout out to, like I say, all my entrepreneurs. Shout out to all the people who, out here grinding every day of the week. Oh, shout out to them teachers, because guess what, boy? Boy, that time ticking, boy. School about to be in. I know y'all dragging now, boy. I know y'all dragging, but shout out to them teachers, man. We got to educate them babies. But yeah, man. So y'all already know, man. This Man Talk Monday. I forget what day it is. What is August 2nd? It's August 2nd. Starks Promotions and Management. Shout out to you, Robin Starks. See, that's what I'm talking about. My sisters is out here. You hear me? Starks Productions and Management. Y'all make sure y'all go look that up on all your social platforms. Make sure you go to Google. Let's get our Google views up. Let's get our Google searches up. Let's get that search engine optimization going. You hear me? So go to Google, not right now, but unless you got a couple of devices in front of you, and just search Starks production and management. And we finna get our Google views up right now. We finna optimize this search engine so everybody can see who you is, Robin. Shout out to you. Keith, y'all make sure y'all go search Champ Madif. I think that's what I say. I mean, but you know. VMG's Big Bruh on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music. They everywhere. Y'all make sure y'all go. Y'all see the comments. Y'all make sure it's some print. Y'all go ahead on and search that. We finna get them views up too. Let's get these people monetized, man. Let's get these people seen. And it don't cost us nothing. It don't cost you nothing but a few seconds, a few minutes out your day. Y'all, let's start searching. Let's start getting these people views up. Let's start getting them to the top of the search list. Let's start getting them to the top of the Apple Music. You know, let's get it, man. Got them. I just killed the fly, y'all. Remind me not to touch my face because I can't go get no paper towel right now. Oh, but yeah, though. So man, it's August 2nd, and we got a couple of different little things to talk about today. I kind of don't really know where I want to go first, so I'm gonna just start with what I ain't got to look at my phone for, and that's this whole situation with the baby. I'm sure everybody, including everybody who don't know, even they know, you know, what's going on and what has happened with the baby in regards to comments that he made at the Rolling Loud concert or the little Rolling Loud weekend down here in sunny South Florida. And I've seen, you know, him apologize, and, you know, I've seen him really be torn down by the community, our community specifically. Man, ain't nothing on my beard. What's wrong with you, man? Yeah, man. So yeah, Keith, you know, so you know, he apologized and all of that good stuff, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I guess I personally, now me not being a gay man, not being a part of the LGBTQ, every other letter they want to throw in there, me not being a part of that community, and me not really understanding too much about the community. The only thing that I know about the gay community or, you know, the letter community is, you know, I personally don't too much care about what they do. That's not my business. If you want to be with a man, be with a man. If you want to be with a woman, be with a woman. I guess once you're grown, if you decide you want to be a woman and you as a man, I guess, hey, that's what you choose to do. Vice versa. So it's not really my business. It's not really something I think about too much. There's certain stances that I may have as it pertains to the lifestyle, but my stances on the lifestyle does not hinder my objectivity as it pertains to what is tangible to that community, like the ability to reap survivors' benefits from the death of, you know, longtime mates, although a will and testament would actually just go ahead and take care of that. And I advise everybody, man, woman, man. I advise everybody to make sure you have a will and testament in place, man. Especially in Florida. Florida is an automatic probate state. So, you know, if you don't have a will and testament, man, in place, you know, you really gonna put your family through the ringer already after they have to deal with your death. So, you know, make sure we're doing that, man. That's called being responsible. That's another way we create generational wealth. You know, but, you know, yeah, so I mean, I do believe they should be able to get married if that's what they want to do. I don't think that they should be judged as it pertains to, you know, what kind of body of work they can put forth, i.e., you know, being in military service, being police officers. Now, while I do disagree with some actions, like I said, you know, that's not my life. It's not really my business. You know, it does not personally affect me either way. You know, if a man walk in the store with a dress, do I like the sight or do I want to see a man come in the store in a dress? Nah, I don't. I mean, is it my business though? Nah, whatever he, you know, hey, however you live, brother, however you live. But when I heard what the baby said, and I'm going to remind you guys of what he said, not verbatim, but just to sum it all up. He made mention of people who had HIV and AIDS and stated that if you didn't have HIV and AIDS and wasn't about to die in 2 weeks, then, you know, put your cell phone lights up, you know, and then he then said something to the effect of if you a man is not in the parking lot partaking in fellatio on another man, put your phone light up, you know, whatever. You know, and the DJ say, okay, and the DJ in the background, you know, he say, okay, because some of you niggas look suspect, you know, whatever, right? But I didn't hear in that statement, I didn't hear where he said, I hate gays, being gay is terrible, you know. I didn't hear him, you know, say, you know, death to the gays. I didn't hear him say anything like that. I didn't hear him say anything homophobic, as a matter of fact. We know men and women have AIDS. We know that, you know, gay men, just like straight men, have AIDS. Gay women and straight women have AIDS. Transvestites, they have AIDS. We know that AIDS is not a disease that is specific to a particular sexual orientation. We know all of that. So, you know, cool. He said it was stupid, whatever. Now he does have a song, and one of the lines in the song is something to the effect of "We on your ass like AIDS." So you know, you know, for you know AIDS, and you know we know how serious the disease is. I don't think that line in itself was homophobic or talked about homosexuals or anything like that. It sounded like he said, you know, we on your ass like gay. We on your ass like AIDS. And AIDS is on people's ass, you know. I get what he's saying. So, you know, that's one aspect of it. And then to the second part of it, when he said, if you a man that ain't out there sucking, you know, whatever the case may be, I think that, you know, it would do all of us a service to just think about some of the things that we say where we're from. You know, there are several different phrases in our communities, in our hoods, in our neighborhoods, that while they may describe an act like that, that does not mean that we're talking about someone being gay. I.e., man, stop riding that nigga dick. Oh, you a dick rider. That doesn't mean that a person is gay. That means you want somebody jock too hard. Like, you like that nigga number one fan. So when somebody say to you, oh man, get off that nigga dick, damn, why you riding that nigga dick so hard? That doesn't mean that you gay. A man is not telling another man that he's gay by him saying that. And we know this. In our community, we know this. So the statement that he said, however he said it, while, you know, I'm not from where he from. I don't talk like where he talk from. I know that, you know, there's guys from where he from, and they may have local colloquialisms that I don't quite understand. And I'm not saying I didn't completely understand what he was saying, but again, I did not hear him say anything that was homophobic. I didn't hear him say anything that said anything about homosexuals. And I think that, you know, a lot of times, you know, people make themselves victims as well as our victims. So there's no denying that there's been a very tumultuous relationship between this country and the LBGT community, the LBGTQ community. We know that historically, you know, that community has been, you know, treated very, you know, very poorly, you know, by our country, you know, and that's in our households, that's in the black community, that's in the white community, that's in every community. We all can recognize that gays or the LBGT community, LBGTQ community, we could all recognize that they've had, you know, their plights in this country. I get all of that. And I understand, or from what I understand, they just simply want to be treated like everybody else. I don't think, if somebody can correct me, I don't think that they're asking to be treated better than anyone. I think that they're just asking to be treated like everyone else. And to a certain extent, that's what black people say, you know, and I could understand the dichotomy between a guy being gay and black, but you black first. So, you know, take from that what you will. But if the objective is to be treated like everyone else, then, I mean, I'm sorry, man, but, you know, everyone else get talked about too. You know, everybody got something slick to say about everybody else. You know, it ain't nice. It ain't, it ain't nice, but guess what? Nobody is nice to nobody. You know, there for years, man, for eons and eons, there has been, nothing but jokes made about fat people. I just so happen to be a fat person. So I could choose to be offended by that. I could choose to wage war against the entertainment industry for poking fun at fat people because I'm a part of the obese community. But that would never work. People don't care about that. People make fat jokes. So people are going to make gay jokes. Yeah, and I mean, and I don't, and that's the thing. So, even with him apologizing, right? Like, because I don't see the harm in what he said as it pertains to being homophobic, I can't see the necessity to apologize. And I've seen that, and I've seen way worse reactions. I don't know if y'all seen Lil Boosie reaction to this whole situation, but Lil Boosie went off. Boosie went off. You hear me? So, I don't know. I just feel like, the LGBTQ community right now is kind of interjecting themselves and making themselves the victim of the statements that he made when he actually didn't say anything about homosexuals at all. Like, he didn't say anything about homosexuals. Now, if you want to jump on the DJ in the back for saying, because some of you niggas suspect, then I guess cool. Hey, whatever. But I know the baby in his statements didn't say anything homophobic. He spoke about AIDS, which men and women get. It's not specific to one sexual orientation. And he spoke about niggas sucking dick, which, again, depending on where you from and the local colloquialisms that you partake in when when you're speaking, just like in Miami, we say that nigga's a dick rider. Stop riding that nigga dick. And that does not mean that this guy is gay. That does not mean that we calling this guy gay or anything like that. Him saying, shout out to them niggas who's not in the parking lot sucking dick right now. For all we know, his ops could have been in the parking lot. His ops could be, famous. And ops could have had fans that ran out on the baby show to go take pictures and get autographs with the ops because the ops was getting ready to leave. We don't know. I don't know. But all I'm saying is I don't think that what he said was homophobic. I don't think that what he said was against gays. And again, we could argue as to whether or not the comments were foolish. I get it if you think that the comments were foolish. But the level of backlash that he is receiving is almost kind of crazy. I mean, if you think about it. And to couple that, I see so many black women going at this man and really, really, really digging their heels in on the situation. Now, I don't know why. And just to, preference my comments, I personally only know of a few gay people. I have a couple of family members that I gay. Shout out to them. They was down here this weekend with us, and I had an absolute blast with them knuckleheads. Both of my cousins, man, these guys is knuckleheads, man. Shout out to my cousin Lonnie, man. Shout out to my cousin John, man. These guys is knuckleheads. But yeah, so I really don't see, and I should have probably asked them about it, but it was family, it's family weekend or whatever the case may be, so it was, it's a serious topic, especially if somebody feels offended, and I don't want to detract from someone being offended, especially during the weekend where we all supposed to be happy because, people can be offended. But I mean, I really don't see what he said being homophobic. I really don't. Dre says, don't care what they do, but I hate that. They act like without a man and a woman, they don't exist. And this is factual. Without a man and a woman, you don't exist, whether or not you choose to be with men and choose to be with women. Without a man and a woman, you don't exist. So, you be that as it may and take from that what you will. But yeah, man, I don't know how y'all feel, man, but, like I say, I personally feel like, the baby may have said some comments that could have been foolhardy, could have been foolish, or whatever you want to call it, could have been stupid or whatever. But I really do not think that those comments were homophobic. I really don't think that he was intentionally trying to single out the LGBTQ community. And I think that any attempt to make it look like he did is a person trying to be a victim. They're jumping in the way of a bullet that is being shot in the air. It's like you feel me? It's like, because it could be a sneak diss as well, and y'all just jumped in front of a bullet that was going in the air. That's what I feel like. That's what it feels like to me. And just let me know what y'all think. So that was one thing That's one thing that's been on my mind for the last week and some change. And I wanted to kind of fill it out this week to see whether or not it was going to die down or whether or not people were still going to be on it. And I mean, it really seems like people are dragging that young man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I am the Baby fan. I don't download all his music, but every time I do catch a song from him, it's always catchy. I always like it. So I really like that young guy. Yeah, man, hit dogs do holler. So, and that's another thing too, man. We gotta stop being so offended all the damn time. Like, I be seeing so much shit, and I be seeing people post, and there's been one or two times where I thought a post may have been about me, although a person ain't at me or nothing like that, and I even addressed it. And a person could tell you what they want to tell you. So, a person could say, "Oh, it's not about you. I just put it up there," and they could be lying, they could be telling the truth or whatever. But I just learned, man, that if it don't apply, let it fly. You can say what you want. Now, there are certain things that I will address, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But for the most part, man, I kind of don't even be letting a lot of shit just bother me, because if it don't apply, I let it fly. It don't have nothing to do with me. So the next thing that I've seen, which looks like it's been kind of circling around social media these last few days, although I've seen this picture before, seems like it has, gotten a little more resurgence over the last few days. Don't really know why. Don't know what provocated it, but it has. And that is a picture of this young woman, and she has two guys, and I'm assuming that she has two boyfriends, because in America she can't get married twice. So I mean, she can't be married to two different men. So I'm assuming that they're probably in some type of polygamous or polygamous relationship. As I understand it, polygamous is when the woman has two different guys, but they in that type of relationship. And I've been seeing this going on social media for the last couple of days. And when I first seen the picture, I'm looking at the dudes, and I'm kind of like, well, they kind of look more interested in each other than they do in her. But then you can't say stuff like that because people get offended. But in my opinion, looking at those guys, they look more interested in each other. I don't know, maybe it's the sweaters or something. Maybe it's the sweaters for me. I don't know. It's probably the sweaters for me. It's probably the sweaters and the tight pants for me. But they look more interested in themselves, in each other, than they do her. So that's already one aspect of the situation. And then two, what in the beta male simp shit is this? I get if you was to be you feel me? They got beta. Say somebody, hey man, y'all make sure y'all cut that out and make that a goddamn meme. Beta, man, them niggas, man, listen here. First of all, like, okay, I can see if she got a dude, but rocking with her, so y'all sliding or whatever, and she got to do it or whatever. And I get that. And I could get if you her dude and you say you doing your thing or whatever the case may be. So if she out there doing her thing, which you don't know if she is, but if she is, then you ain't gonna be tripping about it, because you do your thing. So y'all just be doing y'all thing on each other or whatever, and however long the relationship lasts, it lasts. But under no circumstances, my brothers, is you to be taking a picture with your fellow simp and the girl that y'all share. First of all, men ain't even supposed to be sharing no women. Like, as a man, you're supposed to naturally be territorial. See, I don't understand how she feels protected with these guys, because if you're willing to share her with another guy, I don't know how much protection that is. I don't know. See, but women, I ain't gonna even do it. Hey, listen. Say it again for me, Keith. Nah, there ain't no young king. He's a young pup. He's a little young something. He's something, but there ain't no king. There ain't no king move, boy. I ain't no man. Men are territorial by nature. This is why this whole cheating thing, I keep telling y'all all the time. Cheating for a man is a lot different for a woman. That's why men react to it different than from how a lot of women react to it. So for a man, cheating is just, okay, we the one out there we done found, found some little tenderoni, want to drop some, want to drop us a little cootie nan. You get what I'm saying? You may be bored on a Thursday night or something like that. I don't know. But you go out there and you have sex with another woman. I mean, hey, it was just sex. It's not really something that's that important to you. It's not that you give a damn that much. So y'all just had sex, man. You went home to your old lady, and that was the end of that. That's what cheating is for a man. There's very far. I personally think, that I kind of feel like it's a far and few in between where a dude be out here cheating and like really be falling for the chick that he cheating on his girl with. Because most men just understand what sex is, and when you out there doing it, you just having a little sex, man. You just having a little sex with a different little Roni. So, that's for men. But for women, for women, like I say, for most women or women who we deem to have high moral standards and values, most women ain't just giving up no cooch. Most women have to get that vibe from you. Most women, you got to kind of, you got to ingratiate. Like I said, I always tell men, you want this woman, man, you got to ingratiate yourself on her psyche. She got to think about you when she wake up and pray about you when she go to sleep. She got to hit you up in the afternoon and say she miss you and shit. Once you do that, you get anything you want. You want your ass, you get that ass. You know what I'm saying? So, that's nothing. But because of that, because that woman has to have those feelings for you. Once you have those feelings for another man, and then not only that, but women don't exactly cheat down. So the nigga who she dealing with that's not you, he probably, got more than you, as far as like something, so they ain't exactly cheating down. See, a man ain't got to necessarily be with no woman that's finer than his woman. But why? Because, I mean, niggas just trying to, get their little rocks off real quick. So, that's, so that's what that is. But women, they traditionally not cheating down. So that's why men feel more of a way about being cheated on than when they cheat on a woman. Since I see a lot of women always ask that, well, how y'all think that we feel? Not the same. Because you could pretty much tell, and you pretty much know, especially the type of dude you're dealing with. You pretty much know what that guy, what that guy entails, and that guy. If that guy down for you, that guy with you, then that guy ain't leaving you. That guy ain't none of that. So you ain't even got to really worry about that. But when the woman, you got to worry about her. So let me get a couple of comments in here. Keith said, but she's not cheating because everyone is involved is consenting to the situation. That's what I mean. So like I can understand these types of situations, where you're sharing a woman in that aspect. I can't see us happy-go-lucky holding fucking hands, being a throuple, walking down the damn sidewalk on the way to a Sunday matinee. I can't do it. I don't see how you could even be. I don't know. Like, come on. I don't know. Hey, listen. However a person chooses to live is how you choose to live. I don't judge. It ain't my business, but I do have my opinion, and I will state it. If you two dudes want to walk down the street as a throuple with this woman, holding hands, catching Sunday matinees, then hey, by all means, go ahead. But I myself personally cannot be sharing a woman like that. Matter of fact, I'm not even comfortable. I wouldn't even give a damn if I had a girl, I was cheating on my girl with you. You still can't be dealing with no other dude. Like, is there exclusivity rules in this? Because we can simply choose not to deal with each other, and that's fine. But yeah, nah. If I'm dealing with you, you ain't dealing with no other man. If I find out I'm cutting you off, that's the end of that. I ain't putting my hands on you. I ain't getting all crazy and shit. I know we would like to think that that's what niggas, that's what guys gonna do. I'm not finna do all that, man. I catch you sliding, I think you dealing with another dude, I'm gonna just leave you alone. I don't share nothing. You hear me? Yeah, that's an actual thing, bro. I don't share nothing. But if I catch you slipping, that's it for that. Cut you off. But that's how I rock. I can't imagine just sharing no woman with no man. And the only exception to that is if you got a dude and you cheating on your dude with me, then I guess I'm sharing it with him. But, I plan to put you in a situation where your body ain't going to even react the same to him no more. When he touches you, just going to get disgusted. You're going to be like, this ain't Cody touch. So I'm straight. I don't even want to do it. You know, that's the type of situation I'm gonna try to put you in with the body of work that I'm gonna put forth during that situation. But yeah, that's about the only exception for that, man. I don't see how no dude, you know, walking down the street, you know, and they menage a trois, you feel me? And you know, just I don't know. But like I said, man, if y'all look up that picture, them dudes look more interested in each other than they look interested in her. So, you know, take from that what you will. You know, but I don't know how y'all, I don't know how many guys, you know, I wouldn't live that. Fellas, if y'all wouldn't live like that, drop a comment, hit me with a you. If you think that you can live like that, if that's what you want to live like, then you know, yeah, no, I ain't into that. I ain't into that at all. Don't, nah. You with me, you were dealing with me. Who I deal with ain't got nothing to do with you. But you ain't out here dealing with another dude. Because I tell y'all this all the time. If a dude is cheating on his girl with another woman, yeah, okay, that woman could talk a little shit. She may get on Facebook, talk a little shit, whatever the case may be. She even may go so far to try to goddamn, you know, she may call your job. I doubt that, but you know, you got some dumbass women that do shit like that. And you know, they can pretty much become a mosquito in your life. But it's two things with that. So your man got to know he can't be dealing with mosquitoes. You know, you always deal with somebody who got some shit to lose. That's what you fellas. That's the advice that I can give you, fellas. If you're gonna be out here doing all of these salacious things, sliding on your lady from time to time or whatever, make sure you slide with somebody who got some shit to you to lose. I'm a polygamist, but not into. I feel like you saying you like to have multiple women, but you ain't into your women having multiple men. And I dig that if that's what you're saying, my brother. But yeah, fellas, you got to be dealing with some shit that got something to lose. See, because if she got something to lose, then the chances of her, you know, being with the bullshit goes down a whole lot. Now, again, a woman that got some shit to lose may still get on Facebook and talk a little shit or whatever the case may be, or tag your girl or something like that. But like I say, the amount of bullshit you're going to go through is exponentially cut if that woman has some shit to lose versus dealing with them bucket heads that ain't got shit to lose but a Section 8 voucher. See, that's when you go running into problems. That when they run up on your girl while she at the gas station try to beat her ass and shit. And then they run up on the wrong girl and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you was somebody else. That was that was a crazy video. I don't know if y'all seen that video, but that girl ran up on that girl at the gas station, and I'm talking about I went to swinging on them. Went to swinging on the girl. The girl like, ow. She came about the car. The girl was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was somebody else. Like, what? What? You thought I was somebody else? Man, please, you finna get your ass shot. I don't know what you think about it. But yeah, man, I seen that video. That video was crazy. But yeah, bro. So it's like, that's how I operate. That's how I would like to, you know. Yeah, Tracy, I know you seen that video, man. That girl ran up on that girl. I thought she was swinging on that ass. That girl got up on that car like, ouch. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was somebody else. Oh, no. You ain't talk shit. I'm finna drag you. Finna drag your ass. Don't be mistaken identity. But yeah, brother, y'all don't deal with them. Y'all got to deal with some shit that's like a nurse, police officer, teacher, you know, social worker, paralegals, you know, women that got some shit to lose. Because if you deal with a woman that don't have shit to lose, she don't have no problem with fucking your shit up. She don't have no problem going to jail. None of that. Because for her, proving the point is doing whatever she want to do. And she don't mind doing none of that if it's going to mean that she's proving her point to you. So my boys, don't do it, my boy. If you going to be sliding off your old lady, I'm not recommending that any guy slide off their old lady if that's not what they do. If that's not what you want to do, don't do it. But if you is going to slide on your old lady, make sure you sliding with some shit. They got something to lose because that minimizes the bullshit a lot. But even then, for the most part, you know, your woman know that you ain't leaving her. And so, you know, that's why, yeah, woman be hurt a little bit. Woman be in her feelings a little bit, you know, but she ain't, you know, it pales in comparison to what happens with a man. Cause like I say, a dude, oh yeah. So that's what women. With a guy fall in love with you, fall in love with that little cootie cat, that guy kill me. That guy kill me. That guy kill me. See, Dressy, sometimes see, like you say, just break up with her. But that's the thing. You don't have no reason to break up with your girl. You don't want to break up with your girl. You love your girl. But men don't equate love and sex. I don't love you because we have sex. I love you and we have sex. So absent of the love, I could just simply have the sex. Some guys just, you know, from time to time, whatever the case may be, however it may work out for them, I don't know. But them guys may, you know, want to go out there and whoop-de-whoop, you know. But for a man, that's just the sex. That does not mean he does not love his girl. That does not mean that he does not want his girl. That does not mean he want to break up with his girl. That does not mean any of that. All that means is that he went out there and he may have tiptoed off the strength of, you feel me? He may have had an opportunity, some shit may have got thrown in his lap. You know, he may have been playing wingman for his dog and had the, you know, whatever. But, I mean, it happens. See, but you see, so Keith, the thing is, like, you say that cheating and lying shit has been played out, right? So let's first recognize and let's be honest about it. Most people don't want to hear the truth at all. This notion that, oh, just tell the truth. We've seen over and 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 over again. We've seen somebody say, oh, just tell me the truth. I'm not going to be mad. And as soon as you tell the truth, guess what? Nuclear warhead. How many men have been out here and they girl told them, just tell the truth, and ended up with an iron across your head? Ended up with a pop across your head. I seen one video, the girl was like, just tell the truth. You know, I ain't mad, you know, whatever the case may be. And as soon as this nigga told the truth, she literally drop kicked him while he was in the chair. She literally drop kicked him while he was in the chair. So no, it's not. I ain't getting off topic. I'm just answering what Keith's saying. So, you know, like, yeah, like I've seen that. So nobody traditionally wants to hear the truth and all that. It's just ways you go about doing things. You could be sloppy and ignorant, or you could go about things as buttoned up as possible, you know. Right. But that's what I'm saying. It would. So there, okay. So pre-dirt, what are you telling somebody? Oh, I'm finna go out and have sex with another woman. I'll be back later. What is she saying? Oh, okay, babe. I don't know many women that's even on that. I don't know many women that's even accepting of that. Now, you may have some women, you may have found you a couple of women that be about that life. And if you have, let me be the first. If not, one of the many to salute you. You know, see? They want to hear the lie. They don't want you to tell them the truth. They want to hear the truth, but they don't want to hear the truth. They rather live in the beautiful lie than the ugly truth. So this notion that you could just, oh, be truthful, that shit just sounds good in practice. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you could do that too, but I mean, even they don't be wanting to hear that either, Keith. I get what you're saying, and a lot of what you're saying sounds good in practice, but this practically, you know, I don't know too many women that, you know, even as, you know, but like I say, that's but that's individual, you know. I don't know how every guy live his life, you know, I mean, you know, I don't know how guys live their lives. I was just giving advice to guys that may live their life in that fashion. Some stuff that I read in the book one time and years ago. So yeah, I don't know, but if you, like I say, if you all down for your old lady having multiple men, go ahead on, my brothers. Y'all do y'all thing, ladies. If you don't have no problem having with your man having multiple women, shout out to you. You need an award. Drop your name in the comments, and I make sure we send you a trophy. But I myself personally, I cannot share my old lady. I cannot share no woman I'm doing anything with another man. At least not knowingly. And once I know, Once I know, then I make my decision. And I don't know, 95% of the time that decision is gonna be to just leave you alone. But that's just me. So, I don't judge, and hey, boy, you were cheating at 14. Was we even in relationships at 14? I think I was just calling any girl my girlfriend who was finna give up some. Like if you finna give it up, oh yeah, you my girlfriend. That we together for sure. 14? Yeah, boy, when at 14, boy, oh you about that? Well, guess what? You mine now. You my girl. My girl. Talking about my girl. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know about cheating at 14, but I thought that was like, But we all come from different walks of life, man. Shout out to everybody who's participating, all the comments, all the people all the people who don't love the live and all of that good stuff, man. Because right here is what we're gonna discuss. And also, let me drop the link for the chat. Dating friends at the same time, man. Keith, bro. One day you may be in the Miami area and we may have some event or something like that, and you're gonna come to that event. Oh, I was dating friends at the same. Okay. I feel you. Oh boy. But damn, but you know what? That kind of used to work back in the day because we ain't had cell phones. So, you couldn't just be on the phone with your friend, and a lot of things were easier. Like, that's what I wanted to, let me just state this because this next topic we're gonna start at 9:00. But let me tell y'all this, okay? And this goes into the topic that we gonna have at 9:00. But what's so funny is I always, I want to tell y'all this, that the same amount of cheating that's going on now is the same amount of cheating that's always going on. The only difference between the cheating of back then and the cheating now is social media. Your daddy was sliding on your mama and he was down the street at Miss Barbara Jean house, and Miss Barbara Jean didn't have Facebook, so Miss Barbara Jean couldn't put that up there. Your granddaddy, boy, you know how many people granddaddy I know got, a couple of kids from a couple of different women, like your granddaddy was sliding. The difference is the Ethel didn't have no Facebook or no Instagram. Ethel couldn't put up the chilling with babe. Ethel couldn't do that. So if you ain't seen Ethel, then that man had full plausible deniability. If you ain't had no picture, if you ain't had no evidence, then I don't care who say, I don't know what the hell you talking about. You're gonna have to break out some evidence for me. I need to see a Polaroid. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Cause if you ain't got that, then no, I don't know what you talk about. They lying. Oh, I seen Cody at the juke joint. No, they ain't seen Cody at the juke joint. I was at church. I was praying. That's how I used to be back in the day. So cheating was just like one of those things. I don't even like to use the word cheat because it's so demonstrative and negative. But for lack of a better term at this time, or I do have a better term. Sowing your royal oats back in the day was a lot simpler because the oats didn't have social media, so the oats couldn't be doing all that. You got people that got brothers and sisters that's their same age. My dog just told me today it's called ghetto twins. When a guy have two children on the same day from two different women, they ghetto twins. You got people that ain't find out about them brothers and sisters for years and years and years because, it ain't no just, oh, I'm finna get on Facebook and search a name, or, oh, this person look like my daddy on Facebook. No, it was none of that. And if you lived in a nice populated city and daddy was going on the other side of town, boy, you might have never met them people. You might have never met them people to your daddy's funeral. I'm just being honest. So, don't get in your mind, oh, the men back in the day didn't do that. That's a lie. The women back in the day didn't have social media to be telling every goddamn thing. If you took social media away right now, so much shit to go calm down. Honestly, I love me some social media now. We on Facebook streaming live right now, on YouTube streaming live. Y'all make sure y'all join and share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell 5 friends. But if you took social media out the game, things would be a lot more calm, a lot more smoother because social media is what getting everybody and most people caught up. That's what the real culprit is. People ain't moving sloppy. Information is just too readily available. But yeah, so that goes into the question of the night. Keith, I would love to hear your opinion on this. Clark Marvelous, I would love to hear your opinion on this. Tracy, I would love to hear your opinion on this. The question of the night is, if a standard is detrimental to our community as a whole, should that standard not be questioned? Does a segment of the community have the right to question a standard that has become detrimental to that same community? And the reason why I asked this question, and this actually it happened last week, in the latter part of last week, and me and somebody kind of got into a little thing under the comments of one of their posts. But I think that we all recognize certain indelible facts, and to prove these facts, just because I like to be kind of thorough, we all know that there are certain facts, to 2021 and how we live currently. We know this, so it's not like anybody is hiding under a rock. Nobody is living under a rock. We all know the pitfalls, and we all know what's going on in our community and what's going on in our society. Okay. So now, to illustrate this, what I want to do is provide you guys some of the job listings, specifically job listings that require for a person to go to a 4-year school to get a bachelor's degree. Okay? So now, keep in mind that some of these jobs are not difficult at all, especially when you talk about things like case management. As long as you're not administering medication, providing case notes, scheduling appointments, stuff like that, stuff that involves with case management is not difficult at all. Don't think it needs a 4-year degree, but hey, whatever, right? So for a person that, has gone to school, gotten a degree, which means they're likely in debt, I see a job here as an intake case manager for a law firm. Not going to say the law firm. Don't want the people to sue the shit out of me. But for a law firm, as an intake case manager, I'm assuming that has to do with intaking potential clients, getting their story, getting an understanding, maybe even so much as, communicating with the lawyers as it pertains to strategy, what things need to be filed, what things need to be done to try to assist that person. Needing a bachelor's degree, says bachelor's degree is required. I'm just, because I don't cap. I look on my phone. Don't judge my case. Mind your business. They're talking about $17 an hour, which is roughly a little more than $35,000 a year. This is for a person that has a 4-year degree. Okay. What else do they have? See, I always have like these apps on my phone. You never know when you want to haul ass from a job. So you always got to be watching. You always got to be looking. I don't plan to be in the workforce all that much longer. So, facts, Keith. Yeah, I don't plan on being in the workforce much longer, man, because me being an entrepreneur and me trying to really get my businesses to take off, and me seeing a plan of success and how to do so, I'm not going to be in the workforce much longer. So while I am in the workforce, I don't think about being loyal to any specific company because they're not going to be loyal to me. I'm going to go to the company that pays me the most money to do the least amount of work because that's what the name of the game is. I don't do physical labor because I won't use my body for these people. So that's just me. Now, if you do physical labor, nothing wrong with that. Hey, cool. But, we know these facts. We know about, pay. We know about cost of living. We know these things because we're not children. Okay. So there are certain standards that are asked to be upheld that is detrimental to the success of our community because it is not promoting us working together to achieve the common goal. What standard is this? This standard is the same standard that's been widely held throughout time. But, as things change, as times change, so should doctrines. And one of these doctrines is that for a lot of women, they're not accepting of a man who is not going to pay a very heavy, if not full, full weight of their financial success in the household. That means paying the rent, paying the bills. A lot of women hold on to, the man is the provider and this and that. That is something that I understand because I know where it comes from. I know that it comes from a time where women literally could not work. It was illegal for a woman to obtain a job. So I know where that comes from. But it's 2021. I mean, and I'm just being honest, it is 2021. Women are making just as much, if not more, than a lot of guys. So, while I definitely understand, what we want, to make that a standard is to then throw away a lot of the people in our community simply because they have not obtained the ability to pay the full brunt of the household finances. And to me, it's silly. Honestly, what it does to me, in my opinion, just like with anything else, when you scorn a people, they become scarred. And then when they do have their comeuppance, traditionally, they get just as nasty as you were. So we see where, you may have had a woman in high school. That woman may have been beautiful, bad, or whatever the case may be. And she told you no. Fast forward 15 years later, you are in a good position, and the position that she in may not be as good. And guess what? You kind of, remember that. Or you could have been that young lady that in high school was, not the prettiest peach in the bunch. Man, that guy who you really liked, who was really popular, whatever the case may be, that guy didn't give you the time of day. Fast forward 15 years, he got a dad bod. And you looking like a goddamn supermodel. You're gonna look at him like, yeah, I remember you, partner. Yeah, I remember that. So, I think that, the ideology, or to be more specific, those standards are detrimental to our community, man. We having children out of wedlock at an unbelievable rate, higher than we've seen previously. It has a lot to do with, what we're talking about. And, hey, like I say, I guess you feel how you want to feel and you do what you want to do. And I completely understand that, we're all adults here. I have a right to my opinion, just the same way you have a right to do whatever you want to do. So it is, in my opinion, a lot of these standards are detrimental to our community. Until we can get our community in a position to where this can be a reality for a good sum total of the homes in our communities, I don't think that this needs to be the standard. I think the standard needs to be two people working together to achieve a common goal. Once we get to that goal, there's going to be time for us to drink the milk. There's going to be time for us to sit back and enjoy the fruits of those labors, but we got to do the labor first. Far too often I'm seeing that a lot of women are not willing to do the labor. And that is just as important as anything. I mean, like I say, you build a community of scorned individuals, both men and women, because both men and women do it. And you leave a community of scorned individuals. Those people leave our, that's just like a guys doing women wrong all the time, and then they go get a white man. It's no different. It's no different. Although I mean, hey, you want to do me a favor? Hey, y'all, we got El Gato in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. With that, you want to throw them cheeses out of that thing right there? The cheeses go all the way over to the far right. Yeah, box of cheeses. Appreciate that. You can do that in here, though, right? So you can do that in here, right? Oh, you finna bang it? Oh, that's what I'm saying. You can do it in here. Oh, okay. Well, do your thing. So yeah, excuse me, y'all. This ain't no commercial for these people, but I do got the little munchies real quick. I am hungry. I have not eaten all day. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? So I think that what I think is that we should come up with a set of standards, and then from those set of standards, of course, things change according to time and what happens. But I think that we should all set general standards that we all should adhere to. And standards that are being placed outside of those standards should be questioned. I don't see the harm in that. If somebody doesn't like a standard that I'm holding, then they can question it. Especially if that standard is detrimental to my community. Why wouldn't they be able to question it? That's definitely something that they should be able to question. So, let's think about that for a second. And while we think about that, before we get up out of here, because we may end in a little bit, but before we do, I want to go ahead and play another song from my main man, One Stick. Y'all make sure y'all go to YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all search Med +Pack. My man's new single. Let me get y'all one more of these singles, man. Shout out to everybody who joined in the conversation. Shout out to everybody who's commenting and all of that. Let me drop the link. If you want to get on the radio, I'm going to drop the link. You can go ahead and get on the radio today. Hold on 1 second, y'all. One moment. All right, so y'all see the link. What you can do, click on the link, follow the link. Once you do all the instructions in the link, you'll be able to be live on air with your boy WMIR Radio, and we here with it. We are really here with it. So click the link, drop a comment, drop a like, hit me with a yo. I want to make sure I play my main man music before we get up out of here, because we got to support each other. And this is my guy, one of my guys that, we was young together. We was young together, man. We done lived life. So give me one moment. Let me see if I can get him right. Nope. Let me see some. We're gonna get that for y'all in a second. But yeah, so shout out to that, man. I mean, what do y'all think though? I mean, should we start questioning some of these standards that seems to be detrimental to our community? Because if we should start, because I see it happening. So I noticed that there's been plenty and a lot of women who I see that there's been a lot of women. Oh, you ain't missed it. I mean, you missed the beginning, but after 10 o'clock, maybe by 10:15, the video will be right online. You'll be able to click that thing and view it. Yeah, so I've seen where a lot of women have been speaking out against women who are feeling like a man's sole responsibility is to provide all the finances of a household. And like I said, it's not to say that that's not a goal. It's not to say that it's wrong if you have the ability to do it. What I'm saying is that should not be the standard. The standard should be two people working together to achieve a common goal. Now, once the goal has been ascertained, a part of that goal is you not having to pay any bills, not having to work anymore. But we all know what 2021 looks like. We all have been able to see from when we were children to now. We've seen things change. And if things have changed, why not our ideology about some of these things? Like, why not the sum total of our women saying, okay, this is the plan. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Well, no, it's not to say, okay, because I know a couple of y'all going to jump right there. What if the man makes more than the woman? What do you think would be the percentage you think a woman should put in? I mean, even with that, so that's something specific to a household. The more money a man makes just off of him being a man, the more he's going to pay. You get what I'm saying? Well, you still in. We still here till 10 o'clock, Tanya, so you could definitely join in. You could, is a link, so if you want to join in on the conversation, if you want to jump on the radio, click on the link, follow the instructions, and you'll be right in with us. So If a man makes more than a woman, he's naturally going to pay more because that's what a man is going to do. I don't think that the issue is whether or not a man is asking for a woman to meet him halfway when he makes more than she does. But what a reality of today is that a lot of women do make more money than men. It's a reality. It's not to say that those men who are not making more money than you don't try to work hard. It's not to say that those men who don't make more money than you are lazy and don't want to make more money than you. But the truth of the matter is a lot of women make more than men. But if a man and a woman make the same amount, then they would put in the same amount. While they're putting in the same amount, they're building. Because you got to think about it, right? And I always tell people this. This is why I don't understand why we can't get this together. If I have my own space and you have your own space, I'm paying $1,500 a month where I'm at. You paying $1,500 a month where you at. That means we're paying $3,000 a month for these individual units. Now, we may be able to find a 2-bedroom unit. Not that we're sleeping in separate rooms, but you may have a child, I may have a child, whatever the case may be. So we may be able to find a 2-bedroom unit, have a guest bedroom. However, that 2-bedroom unit may be $2,000. So now, if I'm paying $1,000 and you paying $1,000, you're saving $500, I'm saving $500. That's $500 that both of us are putting towards a goal that we may have. That's both of us building our credit. That's both of us putting aside money to purchase a home. That's both of us, putting away money to, be able to do some of the things that we may enjoy doing. Why is it that you would think that the man should be paying more if you guys make the exact same amount? And it's not to say that you should pay more if you make more than him. What I tell men is that move off of your income. Don't factor in your wife's or your lady's income into what you're doing as far as however much overage is going to be paid. I.e., if I can only afford to make $2,000, if I could only afford to pay $2,000 a month in rent, then at the very least, she would be able to pay $2,000 a month in rent. Then we're going to find a place that's $4,000 a month. If she could pay $5,000 a month by herself in rent, I wouldn't be moving into a place where she's paying the majority of the bills. I would at least be trying to shoot for 50-50. And Tanya, even that, a lot of women say that. A lot of women tell men to get a second job. And I put this up online the other day. Stop telling men to go work 16 so that you could be selfish with the earnings from your 8. And when I say that, it's to say, how incredibly unfair is it to ask a man to be working 16 hours a day simply so you don't have to pay bills with the money that you're making from working? A lot of women don't realize how, and it's so crazy. Shout out to one of the parents of a kid who played football for me years ago. Love him to death. I always, when I talk to him, it's always what's going on, Pops. But Octavius, he put up a video of a guy working under a truck. And the video was basically saying that it's an impossible decision for a man because a man could, or the situation that a lot of men are in is, you could either provide monetarily, but then your kids don't have you because you're out providing monetarily, or you can spend time with your children, but you can't pay for it all. And I think that if I have a partner, then I would want to spend as much time with my kids as you do with your kids. So if we both work 8 hours a day and we both contribute to our household, then we both have the opportunity to raise our children, be in our children's lives, be at the baseball games, the football games, the cheerleading competitions, the basketball games, to be at the spelling bees, to be at the taekwondo competitions, to be in the dance class competitions. Both of us get the opportunity to do so if we're working together. But for you to ask me to work 16 hours a day simply so that I have to pay the majority of the bills so that you don't have to pay anything, or you have to pay very little, then you're also asking me not to be an active parent in my child's life. And I don't believe that you could provide me the excuse of, oh, well, baby, I understand right now because, you're just trying to work to provide. So I get it. I understand, you may not be able to spend all the time that you want with the kids. Nah, because you getting that, you understanding that ain't got nothing to do with my child understanding that. and my child being hurt because they don't get to spend a lot of time with their father because their father's working 16 hours a day. Let me get a comment or two. If we bring home the same amount, then we should be going at least 50-50. If I bring home more, then I'm gonna pay more because I'm a man. That's what I'm supposed to do. But if I don't make more and we're making the same, I expect for you to be able to at least contribute. And let's see what Justin says. He said it's not that a lot of women make more than men, it's that most women want a man who makes more than them. And that's true. But what I'm saying is if you want a man to make more than you, then you have, well, I mean, I get what you're saying when you say that, but we're not talking about that segment of the community, I guess. I don't know. I get what you say. I get what you're saying. Shout out to my man Justin. I get what you're saying. Okay. Well, don't date if you can't afford to be a responsible man. That's my issue. Men don't want to be single until they get it together. Well, see, so guess what, Tanya? I'm so happy that you're here with us today. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you said that, right? So you said that your issue is that men don't want to be single until they get it together. Well, guess what? Right? For most men, once we get it together, we at the top of the world. So when you build with me, then as we build together and we grow together, you reap the benefits. You reap the benefits of the hard work that we're putting in, right? But if I have to do it all by myself and struggle all by myself until I get to a point where I can't handle it all, I'm going to handle it all. I'm just going to handle it for me. You could come over and you could lay down, and that's cool. But it's no real need for me to have a woman. Well, see, no. I don't see, and that's another thing, because I see and I hear the experiences of a lot of women, and I honestly be trying to figure out who is it that you have been providing time and opportunity to. Because, well, I tell you, and okay, guys, so well, Tanya, let me drop you the link so you can get on it and talk about it. Here you go. There go the link right there. Click on the link, follow the instructions, and you'll be right on live, baby. But yeah, so I told you what your problem is. And guys, so me and Tanya has been Facebook friends for, at least a couple of years. Always tease with her because she has this thing about men that are 6 feet or more, or 6 feet or better. And I always tell her that that's the reason why, she be complaining about the guys that she be complaining about, because them niggas be over 6 feet. She get a nigga 5'10", 5'11", she'd probably be happy as a peach. So I always tease with her about that. But outside of that, I really be wanting to know what guys are getting the opportunity, because it seems like the guys who do get the opportunity are the guys that you guys are talking about, but those guys kind of run along with your type. So it would seem that your type is the issue, not men in general. But again, like I say, a lot of women kind of shoot themselves when they go about a situation of like, oh, if you can't pay all the bills, then I can't deal with you, because you never know what that man has in store for you. You never know what that man wants to do for you. It may take him time. It may legitimately take him time. Understand that as much as we all have 24 hours in our day and 365 days in our year, that is only because those are the metrics set for us to go by. There's no other reason for it. Your 24 is not my 24. The luck that you may have, the opportunities that you may get are going to be different from the opportunities that I get in the same 24 hours that you have. And the same 365 days that you have, my opportunities are going to be different. Your opportunities may be greater than mine. You're very beautiful. You're a very beautiful woman. I'm not saying that you don't get things off the merit and the work that you put forth, but I'm sure that it is a lot easier for you to be able to go in and smile at a particular, a particular opportunity, and because most of these opportunities and the guys who make decisions on these opportunities are men, it makes your life a little easier for you. Not to say that you use your beauty, not to say that you're using your pretty privilege, but you have pretty privilege. You have pretty privilege, so boom. Life is gonna be different for a man. And that's just being honest. Denise, what's going on? How you feeling? They give opportunity to guys that don't deserve it because he simply looks the part. That is true too. A lot of guys be out here faking their way to success. A lot of guys be out here red bottoming and a designer wearing they way to the draws. Honestly. A lot of guys be rentaling their way to the draws. They ain't got a damn thing to themselves. A lot of guys be Airbnb they way to the draws. And it's just true. So then your inability to make sound decisions as it pertains to who you provide time to scorns you to where now you make a prerequisite, which is not easily obtainable by a lot of people, not just men, but women too. Because I always notice how we always tell men that they shouldn't date until they get it together. Never a woman. I never hear or see women tell women that. I've heard several women, I've seen several women tell a man that he should be lonely until he's able to pay all her bills. Because a man not being able to pay all your bills or all the bills don't make him broke. Because he may be able to pay all his bills. If that man got his own crib, he got to pay rent. He got to pay for his car. He got to pay for car insurance. He got to do all that too. Then how in the hell is he supposed to pay all your bills? Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put my cheeses down real quick as we bring to the live very known figure. She be cooking and what have you, although I've never got a plate. Kind of upset about that, but I digress. But I'll give a shout out to y'all. Provide a warm welcome to our friend of the show, Miss Monk.
Hi.
Hola, Miss Monk. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Man, I'm just trying to live, walk with Jesus. Mm-hmm. Blessings, Lord. Hold on, boho so.
Well,
but what's
topic?
Yeah, I know you. I figured you would.
I couldn't type everything that I wanted to say, but my thing is this, right? And this is what I ask men all the time. They want you to give them your undivided attention. They want you to cut off anybody who you've been dealing with, and they want you solely for them. Okay, I'm okay with that. I hear you. It's okay. And one thing about me, I'm not money hungry because I got my own. But by the same token, I want a man that's able to hold his own as well as I am. You know, because as women, we get tired of being the stronger person. You know, it becomes overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes you just want to be able to sit back and say, man, I wish, if whatever happened, I had somebody that I know would have my back. And it's good to be able to say that, well, I've been there for this person and, I know if they had it, they'll do, but if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk, right? So my thing is this. I get what you're saying. If you're paying a certain amount of money where you're living at, and I'm paying a certain amount of money where I'm living at, 2 incomes is always better than one. Number one, we live in Florida. It's expensive to live in Florida. Okay? Even buying a house in Florida, you really need 2 incomes with the way they have the number structured. Right. But my thing is this. I understand you're saying, what if they pay child support, this, that, or whatever? Number one, as women, we know what we get ourselves into, right? But don't throw that on me later and think that I'm just supposed to accept it. So now I'm taking an L and I got to figure out, is this what I want to deal with? We all have options, right? So I'm not saying we don't have options. We have those options. You could be dealing with someone that makes less money than you. And I don't have a problem with that. Because I grew up on, I don't care if you shovel, be the best at it. And I commend any man for working, regardless of what they make. Because in my era, it wasn't about how much you made. It was about what you did with what you made. Right? So I'm not saying that. And as far as bills are concerned, I've dated men that didn't bring home as much as I did, but I'm gonna show you where the respect came in at. The respect came in at every time it was time for those bills to be paid. Either that cash app was going off, that Zelle was going off. It wasn't no questions asked or nothing, and that was enough for me to respect. But I'm only one person. I'm not, everybody has their own ways about how they want to deal with things and what they will tolerate or what they won't. I don't look at a person for how much they make. I look at a person of what they do with what they make. And I make a conscious decision to decide, okay, even if I see potential in you and I feel like, you know what, this person got skills that they don't even recognize. It's up to me to be a better woman and try to bring it out of them and show them how they can benefit off of what they know that they didn't think that they can do. Things like that. But another problem I have with men is some of them don't need to date. Some of them don't need to date. And they be so anxious to date that it scares women, because then you look at it like, is this person using me? Until they get right. And that's a risk that women take all the time. And you know it, even though that you're a man. How many times have you heard women getting burned? Women, well, I helped them do this and I positioned them to do that. And I thought we was building together, but this person had other intentions. So the same.
Okay. So, all right. So, let me just, I'm gonna back up just a little bit because I want to make sure I get you point by point. And before we even continue, I want to, get what you're saying. I don't disagree with anything you have said. I think that the issue becomes that too many of the wrong men get the opportunities that the right man should get. And what happens is those men eventually become scorned, because a lot of people don't understand. It's very hard and it's very lonely in this world when you're not where you want to be. I don't care, man, woman, whoever. If you're not where you want to be at in life, it gets very hard for you, right? I would never advise anybody to. I don't believe in it myself. I don't believe that you have to be alone in order to figure your way out the paper bag. I think that when you find somebody that has the value that you need, not monetarily, but just like you said, that guy may have a talent in him that he never even knew about.
That's
now.
Right.
When you expose that and you because let's not act as if because he's a man, he doesn't need life breathed into him too. We all,
That's right.
We all come from some tumultuous places, and I think that another part about the situation is because men are looked at in a specific way, we don't get the empathy that calls for a lot of guys in a lot of situations. So when we talk about everyone, just like you said you're only one person, but could you imagine, because I do know that you have influence, I do know that you reach people. I've seen your shit shared from people who I know you don't know personally. I know for 100% fact that you don't know them personally, but I've seen them share your posts. So that means you have reach. If we were to promote the ideals that you are expounding upon right now, can we not change our community?
It's a possibility, because no matter what you speak on and how loud you say it or how clear you say it, it's up to that individual to try to want to see it from a different perspective, because some people have their minds set up. Some people don't like change. Some people don't like knowledge. They're prone to ignorance. They're prone to believing what they've been taught. So I'm a firm believer that as long as you reach one person, you're doing a good job. Because that person may be able to reach another person that you couldn't reach. They did an even better job, and so on and so forth. But if everybody wants to stay in the same mind frame and the same mindset, that's just like if I was to say, you know what, this man did me so dirty, he got on his feet and he went and did what he wanted to do. I don't want to date men no more. Foolish of me. Because I'm going to date again. I'm going to take another chance, and I'm just going to hope that somewhere down the line that I make a right decision. You know what I mean? So that I'm just not one of those people that's saying, oh, I won't help anybody else, or I won't try again. I will try again. But I also believe that, and again, it's all about choice. You have to make a better decision and choice of people you want to be willing to help. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people that I talk to on it every day, and I see so much potential in them, and I listen to what they say, and I just say to myself, they could be somewhere. But if they don't want to see that, or if they don't believe in themselves, a lot of people don't believe in themselves. You know, so when it comes to a relationship, how would that? For me, that's something that I look at, because if you don't believe in yourself, I can't believe in you. I can't want something for you more than you want it for yourself. Now, if you're hungry for it and you're here to help me let you put the pieces together, and we can walk and hold hands and do this together, then I'm all with it. But you can't make people want to do better. You can't.
And I don't completely disagree with you. And it's so funny because I've also heard a phrase juxtaposed to what you just said. And some men have said it, some women have said it, but sometimes you meet a person that makes you want to do better. Like,
that's right.
And I'm not saying, because I don't believe that a person who does not deserve the opportunity should get one. So if you walk around here bullshitting, you ain't on your A game, you're not trying, you're not legitimately showing that you have prerequisites that can get you somewhere if you provide the opportunity, then no. Why would you give that person one?
That's right.
Yeah, but there are a lot of guys that have been trying for years. I remember a time I used to be one of these guys, and I think that's probably why I get kind of that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I remember being a guy who legitimately kept trying, talking about filling out the applications every day, you know, doing all that it takes to gain better employment. And I also remember not getting one call back. I remember getting maybe like 2 interviews, and I have a very polished resume. So for a while, I had got discouraged. It was bothering me so much because I know my potential. I know what I can do, and I was not getting that opportunity. If you would have met me at that time, then you may have developed the ideology that this guy may have not been trying. When in actuality, I had been trying so hard that it had become so disheartening to keep hearing no, that for a while, I kind of just removed myself from it all. And it happens. It happens to men, it happens to women. So we have to be cognizant of, even when people seem like they're not trying or they don't want. Some people, man, are so fear. They are so in fear of that rejection continuing that they kind of remove themselves so that it don't happen. Mm-hmm. And it's not the best way to go about it, but that's a form of trauma for some people. So I can't tell people how to, deal with their trauma. But that's more so what I be telling people. It's not that I think that every Tom, Dick, and Harry that ain't got it should get a chance. It's that you have a lot of guys, man, that really want so much more in life, and they are legitimately trying to get that much more. But some things do not happen for people like they do for others. Like, I know people who, may lose a job tomorrow, and then fucking Friday they on Facebook like, oh, new job alert. Like, and the shit happened. Like, a good dude that I know, this nigga has so many jobs. Every time I look up, he works a different job. And he be getting fired from one job and hired next day shit. Whereas you got some people who have a very polished resume, and even having a polished resume, you have a certain amount of experience. The level of experience that you have calls for more than what they're willing to pay. So you can end up not getting a job for that too. So you stuck in that limbo, in that loop.
Over or underqualified. You're right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get stuck in that loop. A lot of people get stuck in that loop. So I just always, I always just try to, provide a certain level of empathy and understanding for people. And I just kind of don't see where we are all providing each other that, knowing what we know about our community and what's been going on in our community systematically for years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. It's like, I know you've been getting whipped all this time, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I have to say, damn, I know you've been getting whipped, so I'm not gonna pat you on your back. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Right.
Then I can't be like, oh, you got whipped. Good. Like, come on, that's insensitive. And I just think that a lot more of insensitivity is going on in our community between our men and women than what we need in order to see our community become better as a whole. Like, us as a community need to be financially self-sufficient. That's the reason why our schools are worse than their schools. We stay in areas where we're not paying taxes. So those taxes don't go to those inner city schools where they need to go. So it's important for our entire community to come up. And I just think that we have to change some of our ideologies and standards, at least until we get to a point where we can say, okay, now everybody is on the same plateau. We all should be able to do this, that, and the third. So now that becomes the standard. But while we all trying to get there, to make it the standard seems kind of unfair.
I agree.
You know, so that's just where I come from. And I know it seems brash and, you know, people think I be woman bashing and all that, but I love my queens. I always support my queens. It's just,
I think I be man bashing. I don't man bash.
Nah, you be, listen, it's refreshing to hear you say what you're saying now, because I wouldn't have thought that you felt this way according to what I see on your social media.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? So like, that's another thing about it too. We formulate our opinion of people according to what we see them do. I don't ask nobody. I never ask nobody what you think about Tanya. I've always looked and seen what you post or see what you think, and I use that as a means to deduce what type of person I think you are. Now, if you just be out here capping and rapping and fucking around for social media, I don't know that. So
I do that sometimes too, but for the most part, I be really just, I don't know, I be in my feelings, or I just be writing something. But you know what the sad part about it is? I'm gonna leave you with this. There are a lot of good men that have horrible girlfriends, horrible mates, horrible wives, don't support them, don't do anything, you know, but I'm very supportive. I try to make sure anything that you believe in, and I think that it's going to be beneficial, I will support you in everything, even the smallest thing, because at the end of the day, I don't want you to feel like if you're with me and I can't support you, you're a failure. You're not a failure, because I'm not going to ever make you feel that way, you know. And I believe in a trying man. I really do. You know, a trying man that's willing to just put his hands everywhere until he gets his niche and figures out what he wants to do. That's everything to me. But some men just don't need to date. They don't. They need to really get some of their stuff together before they try and date.
I think that those guys.
That goes for women too, because some of these women, I have friends. How you want somebody to go buy you a $5,000 bag and you ain't even got $5,000 in the bank? How you want somebody to pay your bill and you 3 months behind, so evidently you can't pay your bills either? And I only say this because, yeah, I got my stuff together. No, I don't mind holding somebody's hand and help them get their stuff together too. But I got to know that you want it.
Facts. And I definitely don't disagree. And I think that and thank you for coming on. I definitely do appreciate it, y'all. Shout out to Tanya for, you know, jumping in the building with us. But I definitely think that you got a segment of people that don't try. And I think that the guys that you're referring to that should not be dating, just all around, are not good guys anyway, you know, because a trying man, just like you say, you love a trying man could be a man that didn't fail behind because he been trying so hard and it just don't work. So I think that man, I think that the man that you're talking about that should not be dating, I think that he's just probably overall have a bad attitude. He's not that great of a person in any event. But, you know, I definitely get what you're saying. Let me get a couple of comments in here. Hans from the top says, man, listen, real nigga shit. Speaking from a single father with his own car, crib, job, cook, and clean. All the brother be needing is help time to time. I'm going to stand on my 10 toes, 2 feet down all the time. But sometimes men and women need help. Even if we make the same amount, I handle 70 if you just meet me at 30. And that's a part of a relationship. So those numbers are often numbers that you are going to discuss. But what I'm saying is, to our women, is simply, let's not make that number astronomical. Let's not make that number not attainable to most of the good guys that's around, because that's exactly what happens. And Keith, you're right too. Holding his own doesn't mean holding yours too. So yeah, I can't carry my water and carry yours. I can carry my water. So now guess what? If you want to add your water to my water, That's fine, long as you grabbing the other strap so we can carry this water. Now, once I get in the gym, get strong enough, then I carry the water by myself. But until then, if we adding, then we got to be helping. Keith says Kanye told y'all when I get on, he leave ass for a white girl. But remember now in that song, oh well, Keith, you may have been saying that because in that song he was talking about that gold digger, and that gold digger, that woman who only wanted that bag. Once he got it, ain't fucking with you. And Keith also, yeah, they should stop dating them. I definitely get it. If you don't want them guys to date, then y'all got to stop giving them opportunities because women keep doing it. But Nas Small says, no, we don't. I don't like how females try to bully dudes to help them, but don't want to help that man, especially the females with kids. Always expect another to step in and help them with their kids. But how many females will help a man with his kids? We have to come together. We have to come together better. And I agree because you see often the attitude from women when you talk about a man that have kids outside of that woman is, oh, well, you should have wore protection or you should have wrapped it up or you knew what you was getting yourself into. But a woman with kids from an outside relationship, a man is supposed to come in and treat those kids like his own. He's supposed to recognize that them cheering pappy ain't there and he's supposed to be the one to be that pappy. So, but Maimon ain't trying to be Maimon now. Not to anything that ain't hers. Justin says, I agree with her. It's best to get yourself in a place where you're happy with yourself before you try to mix your life with someone else. And I don't completely disagree with that, but I think that we also must draw the line between being happy with yourself and being where you want to be at as far as living life. Because as much as I may not be where I want to be, I'm happy with me because I know that I have changed. I know that I have grown. Every mistake that I've made, every pitfall, every time I lost a job, every time I got in trouble, all of those things made me who I am. I'm happy with the person that I am becoming. I know that I can do better. I want better. I'm continuously trying to do better. But that does not make me unhappy with myself. That does make me unhappy with my situation. That does, make me kind of irritated sometimes. It does make me kind of lash out sometimes. But I get what everybody's saying. And like I say, man, these things are just my opinion, just the opinion of little old Cody. Just little old me. It's just little old me. So, that's what I think. That's what I really do think. Let's see something. Y'all give me one moment because we about to get on up out of here. And before we get up out of here, I gotta make sure I get my main man in the building with the second single. So that's what I'm looking for now. Anybody else want to comment? Anybody else got something to say? You want to jump on the live real quick? Give you a minute. Speak your piece and say how you feel. Let me see something. Again, I appreciate everybody who commented, everybody who, liked, subscribed, and shared the show. Shout out to y'all. Let me get y'all my boy song, his second single. I know y'all heard the first one, Med Pack. And listen, that Med Pack is lit. I can't lie to you, neighbors. I'm gonna be listening to that in the car on the way home, my brother. I'm gonna be listening to that in the car on the way home. I peeped your punchlines. I'm hearing the versatility in the rhymes. I hear it, and you already know we've been rocking since Zoo Crew days. You hear me? Since them Zoo Crew days. You gotta let me come produce an album. I would have had y'all boys lit back then, but you know how things go, my brother. You know how things go, but it's all gravy. Let me get you right. And again, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Ms. Monk for getting on the live. I really appreciate it. Let me see some, y'all. I don't know how to do that. So I cannot get y'all the other. I can. Just give me one moment, folks. Yep, there we go. So shout out to my boy Navis, One Stick. Y'all already know, man, album dropping. True Story. Check out another single from that album, How I Feel. Oh, I'm already liking the vibe. I feel like I'm finna be on this.
This world so cutthroat. Takes your location, the hoes. I'm growing rich, trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your skeleton cold. I stay fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a rise. They want to push you just so they can come and go when it's time. You bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still, when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I stay fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. This pussy niggas love to take your location, the hoes. I'm growing rich, trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your skeleton cold. That's why I stay. The niggas hate for a rise. They want to push you just so they can come and go when it's time. You bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime and still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck. In my city ain't no freedom, why they call it living. We stopping pussy niggas down like we at the Wimbledon. Line them up with the beam if he acting jittery. His homie put that pinch back, he said he ain't with trickery. Neighbors behind that profile will put you out your misery. Chopper leave you wet, crime scene slippery. Leave a nigga smoke.
Oh, good.
Hickory. You a fresh dumb bitch, so I'ma call you Hillary. When it come to money, boy, I get a craving. You niggas turn trade when your homies need saving. I'm on it even when I get tired, I'm Nick saving. Stacking up my bread, I ain't got time to be slaving. Fuck that delay in, I need my repayment. This my tools like concrete and lay you like pavement. Baptize you in bullets, all you need is saving. My corners is deep, I know like real estate. So this world so cutthroat. This pussy niggas love to take your location. The hoes I'm growing rich, trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy, you better have your skeleton cold. Why I say fuck these niggas? The niggas hate for a rise. They want to push you just so they can come and go when it's time. You bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still when you flip the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. This pussy niggas love to take your location. The hoes I'm growing rich, trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy, you better have your skeleton cold. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a rise. They want to push you just so they can come and go when it's time. You bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime and still when you foot the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. I'm here for a reason. I'm gonna hit you screaming and can't stop the beat. These niggas point in the court, but we cross up a reach. And you see a light like a beacon, I'm sparking the heater. I got the 4-5 receiver, the beam is the sticker. Your price is way too high for this beef, so I'm thinking about keeping. I see your pussies banging your colors, but I'm thinking about bleaching. They talk behind your back, these bitches are smile when they say, why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. This pussy niggas ready to take your location. The hoes I'm growing rich, trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy, you better have your skeleton. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a rise. They want to.
Ooh, Lord, boy, that boy bringing out more and more heat. Shout out to the boy One Stick. Navis, I see you, boy. Y'all make sure y'all go to YouTube. Make sure y'all download them on all platforms. Album dropping, I think, August 21st. So make sure y'all go check him out, man. That's my boy. I appreciate everybody who came in, everybody who viewed the live, everybody who commented, shared, and all of that. It's all love. I will see you all next week, Monday, same time, same place. Another hot topic. And it is your boy, Mama. There goes that man. And I'm out.